I want to talk about being the body of Messiah. I think this concept exists starting out in Torah, and one of the things I reference is that Numbers 2, and I won't read the chapter, and this is the numbers for the army, people that were in the army from each tribe. But I'm not going to go through each tribe. The numbers for each tribe, you can read the chapter about it in Numbers 2. But you had in the northern part from the tent of meeting, which we'll have the center of the body, and we'll have 3 tribes. To the north we have Dan, Asher, Naphtali, which for a total they had a total of 157,600 military people. Then you go down to the south, you had Ephraim, Manasseh, and Benjamin, and they had totaled 151,450. So about even. There's about 6,000 people difference. And of course these are the armies, but it just gives you a clue of what the camps were like. Then that's the north and the south. Now we go to the west, and you had Ephraim, Manasseh, and Benjamin, and they had a total of 108,100 people, soldiers basically. And so that's a little bit smaller. It's about 45 to 50,000 different than the north and the south. So it's smaller, kind of like our head is smaller and the arms are longer. So I'm thinking the arms are north and south, and then you've got the east. The number is the east. You had the tribes of Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun, and they had a total of 186,400 fighting men. So that's the longest, and that's about 30,000 different than the north and the south. 30 to 35,000 different from the north and the south. About. So, and you have 3 tribes. Well, if you look at the body, we have the upper arm, then we have the forearm, then we have the hand. Kind of like 3 divisions, kind of like the 3 tribes. That's just an opinion. Same with the legs. 3 tribes, and you've got the femur, and then you've got the tibia and fibia, and then the foot. And so when he looked down, he was looking at the body of Messiah with the tabernacle or temple in the middle. And what did the tabernacle and temple have? The tabernacle had the 10 Commandments, the Torah scroll, and the sacrificial system. Sacrificial system was to show us the wages of sin is death. But so we had that, and we have that the law is written upon our heart. Well, we also go, and as far as this concept of the body of Messiah, I would also encourage you to go to 1 Corinthians 12. 1 Corinthians 12:12, it says, "For even as the body is one, yet many members, and all members of the body, though they are many, are one body. So also is Christ. For by one Spirit we were all baptized into one body, whether Jews or Greeks, whether slave or free, and we were all made to drink of of one spirit. For the body is not one member, but many. If the foot says, "Because I am not a hand, I am not part of the body," is it nothing? Is it not for this reason any less a part of the body? And if the ear says, "Because I am not an eye, I am not part of the body," is it not for this reason any less a part of the body? If the whole body were an eye, where would the hearing be? If the whole body were hearing, where would the sense of smell be? But now God has placed the members, each one of them, in the body just as He desires. If they were all one body, where would the body be? But now there are many members, but one body. And the eye cannot say to the hand, "I have no need of you," or again the head to the feet, "I have no need of you." On the contrary, it is much truer that the members of the body which seem to be weaker are necessary, and those members of the body which we deem less honorable, on these we bestow more abundant honor, and our less presentable members become much more presentable, whereas our more presentable members have no need of it. But God has so composed the body, giving more abundant honor to that member which lacked, so that there would maybe no division in the body, but that the members may have the same care for one another. And if one member suffers, all members suffer with it. If one member is honored, all the members rejoice with it. Now you are Christ's body and individually members of it. Just as Israel was part of the body, was the body, and each tribe and each person was a part of that body. Same thing with us, and as a grafted believers, we become part of the body of Messiah, part of Israel. And those that don't obey Torah, don't obey the instructions of Elohim, are cut off, as you would cut off dead branches of a tree that aren't producing, and you would graft in. And in the case of the olive tree, you graft in something that's going to be productive. And so we see verse 26, and if one member suffers, all the members suffer with it. If one member is honored, all the members are honored. Now you are Christ's body and individually members of it. And God has appointed in the church first apostles, second prophets, third teachers, then miracles, then gifts of healing, helps, administrations, various kinds of tongues. All are not apostles, are they? All are not prophets, are they? All are not teachers, are they? All are not workers of miracles, are they? All do not have the gifts of healing, do they? Do not speak with tongues, do they? All do not interpret, do they? But earnestly desire the greater gifts, and I show you still more excellent way. And then this is chapter 13, where it talks about, if I speak with tongues of men and of angels, but do not have love, I have become a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have gift of prophecy, I know all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. And if I give all my possessions to feed the poor, and I surrender my body to be burned, but do not have love, it profits me nothing. Love is patient, love is kind. It is not jealous. Love does not brag and is not arrogant, does not act unbecomingly. It does not seek its own. It is not provoked, does not take into account a wrong suffered, does not rejoice in unrighteousness, but rejoices with the truth. Bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails, but if there are gifts of prophecy, they will be done away. And he goes through these different things will be done away. And then the greatest, the chapter, verse 13, it says, but now faith, hope, and love abide, these three, but the greatest is love. And we are commanded to love one another. If you turn to John 13, it says, verse 34, A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another even as I have loved you, that you also love one another. By this all men will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another. So, and how do we have love for one another? We abide in Torah. But Torah was about love in an agricultural society where they depended on the animals. That's why you didn't leave it under burden. And even with the Sabbath, it says that your beast of burden and your slaves and your maidservants and manservants shall rest. And we need to, as a body, we need to love one another. We need to have that light. We need to show people what it means to be set apart, to have that love for one another, and be that body. And that's why Torah holds us together, just like it says Messiah is by him all things hold together. Well, what was Messiah? He was the living Torah. This book teaches us how to live, how to deal with struggles, how to deal with things, how to be a body. We have to learn to be a body. And, there's only 3 gates on each side of Jerusalem, one for each of the tribes. And, so we have to be grafted in. We have to be grafted into Israel, and we'll find one. We'll enter one of the gates, whichever one it is. It won't matter. There's not a gate called Gentile. There's not a gate for Gentile. It's for the 12 tribes. And if we follow Torah, that's where we all become one. We become Israel, is by following Torah. That's what sets us apart. That was what set Israel apart back then. And I just hope that this is encouraging, and just to love one another in the body, and we need to be a light. As we obey Torah, that's when we become the light. Shalom, shalom, and may Yahweh bless and keep you and make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you and give you his peace.